Hello everybody, it's Justin, and again playing Batman. These are only Batmobile segments that I actually kind of liked. I know it's not being displayed right now, but whatever. But I like these way more than Batmobile sections. But you know, the few of the ones I did in the previous episodes have been pretty cool. So, but other than that though, it's a miserable Batmobile. Ugh. Anyway, so again, the Lord is saying not yet. There's nothing to reveal yet. And so again, I'm going to be talking about practical things that we can be doing to prepare for whatever's coming. And so the first thing that I would like to say is go back and look at my sober artist videos. A lot of artists seem to have a lot of issues. It's like I have a saying that I have in sober artists, and it's called get out of the drama and into the art. Get out of the drama and into the art. And you can find various ways and various resources in terms of people that can help you out, kind of unjack yourself up. One of the things that you really want to do is read books. Read books. But in any of these examples, even if you're watching sober artists, or if you're reading books or whatever it may be, please get a mentor. Please get a mentor. Get a few mentors. Get some mentors that are in different areas of your life. Get a mentor. I have benefited and increased in so many things when I humbled myself to receive advice from somebody else. Because a lot of times people can think this way. It's like, okay, if I'm asking for help, that means I'm weak or I'm screwing up or whatever it is. And that's dumb. That's stupid. The reason why is because if it's not good for man to be alone, why are you in an island all of a sudden? You know, like, I can do this all by myself. Like, no, you can't. No one ever has. Anyone who tells you that is lying. It's kind of like, well, I actually put it back to this example right here. The Wachowski brothers. The Wachowski brothers were recognized for The Matrix. At this point in time, as directors, they were receiving input from other people. After The Matrix, the first Matrix movie came out, then after that, they became too big to listen to other people. And everyone was saying that they're geniuses and da-da-da-da-da-da. No, they're not. They received, at that point in time, information and advice from other people. And when they did that, they did much better work. So it was never the genius of those brothers, or one of them, or whatever it is. It's never the genius of Janet Jackson or Michael Jackson or whatever it is. You know, they put a lot of input into things, but teamwork makes the dream work. So never. You know how many people are behind with some of those musical artists? Like hundreds of people are behind with musical artists to make them actually work the way that they work, to make all that money. That's why they get like 10 cents an album, because they're paying for all the other services that would cost them giraffe amounts of money just to, you know, distribute at that point in time in music. It's not that way anymore in music, but it's still not far off in terms of like an upfront cost to promote the way that they actually do. So never believe that, ever. They have mentors, they had coaches, they have all that stuff to make them, and even if they were skilled at that, they had mentors and coaches to make them better at it. So it's always going to be people helping you out, which is why you need at least one mentor, and a serious one too. One that you probably contact maybe every day or every week or whatever it may be, but you have frequent communication with, because if you don't have frequent communication with anything, you have a tendency to forget. That's just the way that the brain works. It pushes out information that is relevant to it, that it's experiencing at current time, and pushes out anything that is not going to be doing, that's going to be current. So therefore, if you are in a position to where you're going to be, looking into a specific field or whatever it may be, you need to be contacting your mentors in that. So keep that in mind, because when you review a book or a self-help book, you know, and all those, you know, the reputation of those things. If you have a mentor to at least discuss it to the nuances of who you are, that's going to aid you way better than if you were to just kind of gung-ho it alone. Because YouTube University is great, it's awesome, but YouTube University is not a real thing. It's just where you go on YouTube and you just watch tutorials and videos about how to do pretty much anything and everything. YouTube is actually the second largest search engine in the world, if you didn't know that. YouTube University is great, but it does not beat having a mentor that can help you with the nuances of what you personally need to hear. And that's the benefit of having a mentor. The nuances of what you personally need to hear, your problems, your issues, how your brain works, a person can't get at it the same way. So then, keep those things in mind, and maybe the mentor that you need to find is going to be someone that's going to be maybe outside your circle right now, someone that you look up to, that you can respect, that is going to make the consistent effort to reach out to you, for you to reach out to them, you know, and hold you accountable to that too. So they can be pastors, it can be oh no, I'm gonna say the thing. It can be people of the world. I have to stay instant. No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, if they have a skill or a trade that you're wanting to get into, that's fine. But you know, if the guy is leading you towards financial freedom, you might want to get with a financial mentor. Now, it's even better, obviously, to get it from a believer who's skilled at the craft as well. But if not, you can learn from them what you need to learn from them, and just have them understand that, hey, I'm going to do some things this way because of who I am, and certain things I'm not going to do because of, you know, who I am. So be upfront about that, you know. But please, I beg you, by the mercies of God, do not let your ego get in front, your defense mechanisms. Or don't let pride get in front of the things that God is moving you into simply because you don't want to listen. Not listening has never worked out for you. You know? Like, in terms of not listening to like negative stuff, you know, not listen to negative stuff, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to listen to stuff like that. But a well-constructed critique, you know, about your skill or trade or whatever it may be, you know, you consider some things, you know? And the thing is that not listening ever, that's probably more what I'm getting at, not listening ever has never done you well. You gotta listen to some things, you know? And if your stuff isn't working, have enough common sense and brains to realize that maybe I need to hear some other input. You know, like, you need to listen to someone else other than you, because a lot of times your defense mechanisms are messing you up so bad that you've only left yourself one option because you've given up on everything else. That's just the way that I am. No, it's not. Did God say that? If he didn't say that, then that's not the way that you are. You have cut off all your other possibilities because you want to protect yourself from disappointment and failure, so this is the way that I am. Maybe it's not. What does the Lord say about that? What has he told you to do? If he told you to do something that you think that you can't do, he's going to grow you into it. That means that you can do it, though. Because why? He give you the assignment. He's not going to put more on you than you can bear. So therefore, you can pull it off. Simple. So this is where, again, you want to make sure that you're humbling yourself and receiving advice from someone else, an outside source. Because you will need outside sources to help you through everything. This is why it's not good to be alone. So, in closing, go ahead, learn what you can from YouTube or whatever, you know, but find yourself a good mentor. And don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And look at it as a valuable experience for the mentor as well, because sometimes we want to get shy in saying that, oh, well, you know, this person's busy and yada, you know, but a lot of times for someone, anytime I've gone to a position where, you know, I wanted to teach somebody, I wanted to mentor somebody, I learn a lot from them as well, and we kind of do this thing. It's kind of like the corny thing where it's like, I came in to be the teacher, and that you children taught me so much. Like, that's a thing, though. That's literally is a thing. So So you as a mentee, you're giving something valuable to the mentor as well. So don't devalue what you can bring to the table. You can bring just who you are to the table, and that is so valuable that Jesus died for that. Think about that. So then, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I won't just do grinding just for the sake of doing grinding. I really am trying to make sure that we're honing in on doing this whole thing wisely, so we can concentrate on what God's already said from the previous episodes of grinding all the way until September. So we really want to make sure that we are getting out of our way and getting out of God's way in terms of what we think that we are, who we think we are, and all that type of stuff. We're getting out of the way of that, and we are really and truly actually walking with the Lord and not having a bunch of hindrances. So I'll be offering more advice like that, but when that runs out, I just won't do grinding for a little while until he says something different. And I don't know when that will be, but I'll still be here to have this body of work to help you guys out, and to from time to time even make more sober artist videos, because I wanted that to be a series that had a deadline, that had a cutting off point at some point in time. So I didn't want to just kind of do it arbitrarily. I don't want to do any of these things just arbitrarily. So, all right, guys, I'm out of time. Loves and hugs, and bye-bye. Oh, you can find out ways to follow me and help me out and things like that in links in the description below. And again, I'm going to add a link to Sober Artist at the indentations, and also I might put a link in the description below. All right, guys, loves and hugs, and bye-bye. Thank you once again to my Patreon supporters. It means so much to me. Just look at them. Just look at these people. Just look at it.